Okay, class. Good afternoon. This afternoon, our topic or our lesson is about the qualification of the FBS or the Food and Beverage Services in situ. So we will focus on the qualification and also the from the qualification of the FBS or the Food and Beverage Services in situ. We will discuss um, the basic competencies, the common competencies, and also the core competencies. So this time we will talk about first, or we will focus more on the core competencies of the food and beverage services. Okay, class, we will now start. So the food and beverage services in situ qualification consists of competencies that a person must achieve to provide food and beverage service to guests in various food and beverage service facilities. And this qualification for the FBS in situ is packed or packaged from the competency map of the tourism sector under the hotel and restaurant tourism sector, hotel and restaurant. So for the core competencies, these competencies are the amended competencies from the TESDA office. And they have changed the competencies, they amended, and they fit the competencies to the present situation or the current trend of the food and beverage services requirement. Okay, so first competency is to prepare the dining room or restaurant area for service. So that is the first competency. The next, you will welcome the guest and take food and beverage orders. Then next, promote food and beverage products. Then also provide food and beverage services to guests. So this time you will now take food beverage orders, and also give after taking note the orders from the guests. You will now serve the guests from the uh, food that they ordered. And then next, provide room service. So you will take the food that the guest ordered into the room of the guest. Then receive and handle guest concerns. So this time, in this competency, you will be able to manage. You will be able to handle. You will be test how will you handle the concern of the guest. For example, the food that they ordered is the food that you give to guests is not the food that they ordered. Okay, so those are the core competencies of the FBS full qualification, the amended one. Okay, food and beverage department or the F&B is responsible for maintaining high quality of food and service, food costing, managing restaurants, bars, and etc. The importance of F&B department in a hotel. How important the F&B department in a hotel? In a hotel. So the F&B or the FBS, the food and beverage service, is the service of food made in the kitchen and drinks prepared in the bar to the customers, specifically or to guests at the food and beverage premises. And it can be restaurants. These premises are restaurants, bars, hotels, airlines, cruise ships, trains, companies, schools, colleges, hospitals, prisons, and also takeaway. We have an example, Delhi market. or a small market, mini market, or we call that one delicatessen. Okay, the food and beverage, the F&B outlets are divided into the following categories. The first one is restaurants. Restaurants are places where food and drink is served. And we have here various types of restaurants. We have the all-day dining restaurants. This is the example of all-day dining restaurants. Then the fine dining restaurants. Example of the fine dining restaurants. Then the specialty restaurants. This is the example of specialty restaurants. Then fast food restaurants. Example of the fast food restaurants, we have Jollibee, also KFC, McDonald's, and other fast food restaurants. Fast casual dining. Example. Then casual dining restaurants. This is the example of the casual dining restaurants. Then cafe. We have the very popular Ciudad in our city, Ciudad Cafe. Also we have Regis from the upper portion of the BPI. Then buffet, eat all you can. Then next, aside from restaurant, we have also lounge. So lounges can be found in different hotels. Example, here in the airport, we have here a lounge. We also provide food and beverage service. Then bar, a place where drinks are served. Example of bar, we have many types of bar. Sports bar, we have pool bars, and many other examples or types of bars. In our city, we have Mirth. We have Mirth. We have also Ciudad can also be considered as a bar, coffee bar. Coffee bar. Then we have discotheque, or also called as nightclub. Okay, example of discotheque or nightclub. Then room service or in-room dining. Room service, also known as in-room dining. Then meeting and conference rooms. Then ballrooms. So these are large function rooms, primarily used for functions and weddings. Then as the one that I have cited earlier, the delicatessen or deli, a small market where you can buy prepared food, sandwiches, sliced meat and cheese, and other food items from the deli or delicatessen. Okay, example of delicatessen or small market. And other outlets. There are many other food and beverage outlets, ranging from fast food outlets to food courts to snack bars, which are usually standalone or in a shopping center. For example, in our place, we have in the Metro Gaisano, in Metro Gaisano Mall, we have there uh, we have there some areas for snacks, Dunkin' Donuts, and other um, area for snacks inside the metro. Okay, so I think we're done with our discussion. So we will stop here from the outlets of the food and beverage service, from the full qualification of the FBS or food and beverage service in situ. So we will just stop here and we will have a short quiz. We will have a short quiz, and then after a short quiz, we'll proceed with our discussion. Okay, so kindly prepare your ball pen and paper. Any sheet of paper. You may use intermediate paper or yellow paper. Okay, thank you. So we will now start our quiz, short quiz.